Thank you, Philadelphia, for staging a spectacular All-Star week, and a great game it was. And tonight, with 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, this 2002 MVP, Kobe Bryant.
The best players in the world here tonight. You are the star of the star tonight. Had to make you feel good.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to come home. I know the fans are, boring, but nonetheless, it feels good to come home and play in front of the home crowd. And home is home, and I enjoy coming back. Even though the reception isn't that warm, I still enjoy coming back.
2002 NBA All-Star Game, hosted by Philadelphia. It was supposed to be a very special moment for Bryant, receiving the game MVP trophy right in front of his hometown crowd, the place where he spent the majority of his childhood, where he blossomed into the player we all grew to be a fan of, the place where it all started. But unfortunately, that night on February 10th, 2002, he wasn't shown much affection from the city of brotherly love. Now some would say that's just how Philly fans are, especially now that he's wearing purple and gold. But actually, there's more to the story. It's pretty well known that the Philadelphia sports fans are borderline insane, and don't get me wrong, I mean that in the best way possible. They're extremely passionate for each and every one of their franchises, and if you screw them over in any way, you better believe you're gonna hear it from them. Matter of fact, Kobe is as Philly as it gets. Aggressive, feisty, up in your face, a total assassin. Kobe was born in Philadelphia in 1978 and fell in love with the game of basketball when he was just 3 years old. But early on, he had to deal with a major culture shock. When Bryant was just 6 years old, his dad retired from the NBA and moved the entire family all the way to Italy, where Joe finished out his career. Kobe quickly adjusted to his new lifestyle. Eventually, his father would retire from basketball altogether, and they all moved back to the United States, pretty much right in time for Kobe to begin his high school career in Philly. He attended Lower Merion High School, where he would be recognized as the top player in the country. He then declared to jump straight into the NBA, and although the Lakers were his favorite team growing up, he said he really wanted the Sixers to draft him #1 overall, but they instead took Iverson. Kobe would become one of the elite players in the game while falling in love with a whole new city in Los Angeles, and eventually the city of Philadelphia would begin to turn on him, the player who was once their local hero. Alright, in order to get to the bottom of this and discover exactly why they have displayed so much hatred towards Bryant, we have to go back to the 2001 NBA Finals, where Kobe faced off against his hometown team, the 76ers. After splitting the first 2 games, the series headed to Philadelphia, and the fans did not hesitate to try and taunt Bryant and attempt to get in his head, which probably wasn't a smart idea, because Kobe responded to the trash talk by saying, "We're going to cut your hearts out." And when the Black Mamba says he's going to do something, he does exactly that. The Lakers easily took care of business in Philly and celebrated the championship on the Sixers court, further rubbing it in their face. And the fans never forgot about what Bryant said. Fast forwarding to just under a year later, Philadelphia would host the 2002 All-Star Game, where the best superstars in the world would gather. And of course, Kobe was very excited to play in front of his friends and family. He even arrived to the game wearing his father's Sixers jersey. All he wanted to do was put on a show for the fans, but it looked like Philly wasn't quite over the pain Kobe gave them just last summer. Bryant was completely blindsided by getting viciously booed throughout the entire contest, from the player introductions to every time he touched the ball, and all the way to the end where he received the MVP trophy. All he heard from the crowd was nasty boos.
And Kobe Bryant has 29. And of course a boos to go with it.
Feels good to come home. I know the fans are boring, but nonetheless, it feels good to come home and play in front of the home crowd.
But obviously, he didn't let the behavior from the fans affect his play on the court, dropping 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. But one thing is for sure, it definitely affected him internally.
Marv, I'm sitting over here with Kobe. Kobe, you have 31 points. You are from Philadelphia. I find it unbelievable that the fans are booing you here. Does that hurt your feelings?
Yeah, my feelings are hurt, man. I mean, I'm just out there trying to play and have a good time, and yeah, my feelings are hurt being from Philadelphia.
What do you think the reason is? Is it simply because you're a Laker? What can you pinpoint, if anything? Your dad played here. You had your number retired at Lower Merion. They've said here that they would boo Santa Claus, but it seems to be a little ridiculous. Can you pinpoint why?
No, I don't know, but all I can do is just go out there and continue to play and have a good time and support the city, in which I started my basketball career.
After the game, the West head coach, Don Nelson, tried comforting Bryant by saying, "Don't take it personal. They wish they had you." Kobe later said that he really expected the city of Philadelphia to kinda see him as Rocky, like an icon, but instead, they viewed him as a villain. He even thought he was doing a really cool thing by appearing on the cover of Philly magazine while wearing his dad's old Sixers jersey, but the fans didn't really care as it became the worst selling issue ever. Over the years, the fans in Philly had no problem at all expressing their disdain for Bryant.
I think Kobe Bryant is one of the most hated Philadelphians.
He shows an arrogance. He just doesn't seem like a nice guy. I don't like him as a person.
What's underneath that knee-jerk reaction that dominates the talk radio airwaves is the sort of small-town feeling that he thinks he doesn't stink. He got too big for us.
And they even thought that this press conference was a little arrogant.
Kobe Bryant have decided to take my talent to No, I have decided to skip college and take my talent to the NBA.
So as you can see, Kobe was probably the most hated athlete in Philadelphia. But as the years went on and the anger faded, over time, they really began to appreciate Bryant and everything he accomplished. And during his farewell tour, in his last game against the Sixers, they actually sucked up their pride and cheered for him the entire game. It looked like there was a happy ending after all. So what do you guys think? Do you think they had every right to treat Kobe the way they did for many years? Do you think he deserved it? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.